There's not a single day that passes without you on my mind.
Hi, I'm Taylor.
I'm Brienne.
And I'm Claire.
And we are Confessions of a Recovering System, the WLU edition. So we are a video podcast, and what we are going to do is discuss the diversity of students that use the ALC here at Laurier so we can humanize their experiences.
So we're going to be doing 3 different episodes. The first one is going to be with Megan, then we have Steph and Hannah following. These individuals all have personal experiences with the ALC.
And please let us know if you have any further suggestions for other podcasts. We're always willing to listen and come up with new ideas to talk about.
Hope you enjoy it. Hey everyone, welcome to our first episode of Confessions of a Recovering System, WLU edition. Today we're sitting down with Megan, who is a member at the ALC and who volunteers there, and we're hopefully going to debunk some of the stereotypes that we have about the ALC and really humanize the experience about what goes on there. So, Claire.
So Megan, can you tell us a little bit about how you got started with the ALC and what your position is there?
For sure. So for the past 2 years, I was a note taker. It's just a volunteer position, just taking notes within the class that you're registered in, and then I wanted to get more involved, so I applied to the ALC and they had a note taker coordinator position open. So I applied, went through an interview process, and then started this past September. And basically I coordinate and make sure that each class that needs a note taker has a note taker.
And that's awesome.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why did you start doing note taking? Did you have a personal kind of someone that needed notes, or just were oh, this sounds interesting? Or?
Well, it ended up working out that I just did it for the sake of doing it, and then ended up working out that my roommate had gone through a concussion experience, and so I actually ended up being paired with her as her note taker. So it was incentive to go to class, because you have to go to every class and take notes, but then it ended up being a little bit of a personal connection as well.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Is that a normal thing to do that?
No, it just works out that way.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And do you have any other stories to tell us about how you've impacted students specifically at Laurier through the ALC?
There's a lot of experiences that students will email in and need a note taker, and then we'll specifically reach out to the professors or even the class list and try to find them a note taker. There's a lot of students that are athletes that get injured or get concussions or things like that, so they desperately need them. It's not just a casual thing, it's actually really important to make sure that they can excel.
That's awesome. And is there anything that you would change specifically about the ALC? And then what would it be and why?
Sometimes people request a note taker for classes and no one responds. It's kind of up to students' initiative and kind of stepping up and taking the role on. And if no one steps up and takes on the role, then the student that needs it is kind of out of luck, which really sucks. So I feel like there could be other ways that we could either link classes together, or we could directly go and talk to the classes and kind of explain what note taking is, because I feel like a lot of people don't know about it.
Yeah, how professional do your notes need to be? My notes are rough. I'm an all capser. When things are really important, I'm kidnap. Is that acceptable? Do you have to do them on the computer? Could you write them by hand? What does that look like?
Yeah, so that's actually a common thing that people say, my notes aren't good enough, I totally can't do this. I think it's an easy way to opt out of it.
Yeah.
But you can definitely do all caps, you can write them out. We have a scanner that you can scan your notes if they're written, scan into a PDF and then you upload them. Or if you type them out, I type mine out and then just put them in a Word document, just kind of upload them. They don't need to be amazing, they don't need to be word for word. I find I end up taking more notes just because I'm conscious of things that are going on, but every student that has a note taker is still required to go to class.
Oh.
So anything that happens in class, I know, it's not a free pass, but anything that happens in class they should know about because they should be there. So it's not you uploading notes is a free pass for them to not go.
Right. I literally had no idea.
Yeah, there's actually, if a professor notices that an ALC student hasn't been going to class, we actually retract their note taker.
Wow.
We take it away from them. It's a very extreme case, but it's definitely in place to kind of scare students to still go to class, unless they're physically unable. If they're injured or have a concussion and need to be not in the class, then there's obviously cases for that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
And do you think there's any stigma around the ALC? And do you think that this could be kind of transformed, or students could be aware of what's going on at the ALC through an alternative media source?
I really think that the use of zines would be really great, or even like little pamphlets that could be given out. There's posters posted around the school asking for note takers, but I feel like they don't reach people, especially because if you don't know what it is, you're not going to volunteer for it. So I think that we definitely need to get awareness out there more, because there is definitely a stigma around my notes have to be perfect, or like what is it, I don't know, or like the ALC is only meant for people that need it and not people that can help. So I think that
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
like I said, like through zines and pamphlets and stuff, just kind of explain what it is would be great. And like even we have like note taker like pop-up events every couple months to reward our note takers, which people don't really know about. But at the same time, I feel like if we had like pop-up like information events, that'd be kind of cool.
Was that the thing that you had with like candy apples?
Yeah, that was our October event. We had like candy apples. They were really good.
Are you a note taker?
No!
Oh.
We had a lot of extra ones,
We're like, yeah,
we
there's
gave them
a lot
up for free eventually. But yeah, it was like candy apples, and there's a couple draws and stuff, so it's like a great incentive for our note takers to do it. We understand it's a volunteer position, so it's like you really don't get anything from it. You're not getting paid. You get like on your CV, but
you're being involved too, right?
Yeah, you're being involved.
And like you said, it keeps you on top of going to class and being in like the notes and really.
You pay attention because you have to.
Well, yeah, like anytime like a friend even asks you like, oh, I'm gonna be away, can I have your notes? Like,
That happened. I literally asked you at the beginning of the semester. I felt so bad because I feel like I put pressure on you, but you're like, yeah, I can write good notes for that class.
And then they come back to you and all.
They were really good. They were good notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just one last question to wrap it up. Do you think they really do a good job at trying to reach the student demographic? So I know we talked about ways in which they could, but do you think right now they're really targeting students to make sure they're feeling included and accepted?
I think the students that need the services of the ALC definitely are being reached. Anyone that's needed is treated with respect, and everyone that goes in is heard and gets the resources that they need. I think that the demographic of students that don't need the ALC aren't being reached, obviously for obvious reasons, but again, like the people that could be helping that are non-ALC students aren't being reached.
And even as you said, like that some people, if they don't get a note taker, like it just drops.
It kind of drops off.
So is there a need for note takers, or like is it kind of the supply is kind of filled? Or the demand is filled?
We definitely have a high supply or a high demand, not as high a supply as we have a demand. So there's definitely more requests for note takers than there are actual note takers.
Yeah.
It also depends on the courses, what classes we need them for. So sometimes the courses are a little bit iffy in terms of whether they're difficult or whether they're like seminar based, so people don't really think that a note taker is needed. But the best way is just to have as many students as possible put in their courses that they're enrolled in, and then if there's a match, then we have a note taker ready to go.
Cool.
Yeah.
I would just hate like if someone like really needed a note taker and then just like falls through.
Yeah.
Like now, kind of knowing like the kind of like that there's a lot of people that need them.
For sure.
And like you're just kind of like, oh, you're out of luck.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the time out of your day to come talk to us about this. That was
Thanks
awesome.
for having me.
And I hope that you continue to watch our second video.